Alright, motherfucker, listen up. This is for the fucking homies steady giving no fucks. If you wanna join the party, put your middle fingers up. And when the music fucking hits, you better jump, jump, jump.
You guys in the chat, how are you? Damn, there's already 100 of y'all in here. No effing way. All right, I get it. How you guys doing tonight, man? I'm gonna get this thing started like I always do. Then I'll shoot Brian the invite. That way we can get this thing rock and rolling. First of all, I want to get this clear. One thing clear. This is about the Whitakers. This is not about me. This is not even about Brian, if you ask me. This is about me doing content on the Whitakers, right? I feel like we want to know answers to questions that we have, right? Shout out to Lady K. Y'all been doing y'all homework over there. I seen y'all. Y'all put Brian Kody to the chopping block over there. I seen y'all. Shout out to you guys, man. Let me tell you this. I am just the messenger. I am going to be the question asker. But I'm doing this for you guys because this is what it's about. It's about getting to the point. Trust me. I would like to have Eric up here as well. Toddy and Lady K already talked to Patrick. I think they did a great job. I haven't knocked it one bit. So let's talk to Brian. And hey, I asked to talk to Eric, but I don't get no answer back. You know, I messaged and I also emailed, but you know, I feel like everybody should be talking to. Karma's the ref. No, talking to Brian's gonna be easy, guys. Believe it or not, this guy's down to earth. You guys might be surprised. I don't know. I was a little surprised. He's a jokester, but he's a serious guy also. So I'm gonna shoot him the link, man, and he can come in as he wishes. I don't know if he acts like he's never done this before. So shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for being here too, man. Shout out to Lady K bringing it in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to every single question. I probably won't. I don't know how much time this dude has. But me and him have not discussed any question I haven't even talked to this man hardly. He agreed to come on because I think it would be good for what's left with the Whitakers. And you guys got lots of questions. I think we can shoot them off and he can answer them. I think it's I'm just a person that what's up, Indiana? What's up, everybody? Freddie, everybody in the chat, salute. I'm just a person that's been doing this a long time. So I don't want to hear anybody saying, oh, you're doing this for monetization. You don't need the likes, clicks, and views. You're right. It's not for me. This is for you guys. This isn't for me at all. I know you guys want some answers, right? You can't say you don't. Yes, please hit the like button for me. And then you got people that come in here and go, look at the description. It says this, and this. Well, I don't want sued. I don't know about you, but I talk about real things on my channel. And I don't care to get a lawsuit in the mail because I talked about something real as fuck and somebody didn't like it. So you have to put in certain like disclaimers and things. But if you're not, adult enough to even understand that, then I don't see why you think you have a say-so in this. I really don't. If you can't even be an adult enough to understand that somebody has a disclaimer up because maybe they don't want to get a lawsuit in the mail. Thank you, Yada. I appreciate you. It might take a second for him to get it and come up here. He's probably got to set it all up. You know how StreamYard is. Nah, I do. I wanted to do this for you guys, man, because I feel like there's a Facebook side to this. Shout out to Wyoming, man. There's a Facebook side to this, which I believe Brian's on. That's where I've seen him. Yeah, this is live. That's where I've seen him all of his work at. And then there's a YouTube side of this, which I believe is a little bit more calmed down. You know, I think it's a little bit more adult. Thank you, Jenny. You know, there is no Cash App things flying at the bottom of my screen because it don't matter to me. I've been monetized for 3 years. The people on my channel will support me whether I talk about the Whitakers or whether I don't talk about the Whitakers. That's just what my people do. So that shit, ice that stuff. That's the same thing I keep hearing out of all that too. You're making money off the Whitakers. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm actually losing money if you want to know the truth. It's awesome that he's joining to do an interview with you. Yeah, it takes a lot of guts, man. I'm not the easiest motherfucker. You know, I'm a nice guy. I'll treat him with utmost respect. But, you know, this is aggressive defiance TV. And here's the thing. Here's the thing with me, too. I don't want to come up here and, hi, lady. I don't want to come up here and pass judgment on all these people without first giving them an opportunity to come up and speak for themselves, right? What's up, Scoop? Yeah, I see it too, Yada. I think Lady K has done a good job. Thank you, pretty bird. I appreciate you, darling. Hey, what's up, Toddy? Yeah, Toddy and Lady K did a great job with Patrick. I seen they were getting flack. I don't understand that flack about what they did. They did a great job. Those ladies did a perfectly good job. So I didn't want to talk to Patrick because there's nothing that I really wanted to ask Patrick that those fine little ladies didn't ask him herself. I want to talk to Eric and I want to talk to Brian now. Eric, so be it. He won't answer me back. For sure, for sure. Yeah, I'll give him a little bit of time. I talked to him earlier, so he knows it's all up and good. I'm pretty sure. Hey, Terry Rucker, you're in the comment section. Eric ain't talking. I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I mean, it'd be nice if he did, but I don't know if he's ready to answer some questions. That's why he kind of yeah, they did great. They did great. What's up, Flies? Great work on Watson, bro. You guys have fun with that. First time he hasn't been talking. Yeah, it might shock you in the end. I think from what I think happened with Eric, it might shock you, man. Because believe it or not, I had a lot riding on Eric. I did. I had a lot riding on Eric, man. I thought, all right, he's the one that's going to get him a house. He's the one. But you know what they say, though, that the pariah is the one that usually gets you. Yeah, it's almost like he gets tired of hearing people talk about him, so he comes out and issues a statement or whatever. Believe it or not, any attorney that was telling you to not talk wouldn't advise you to issue that statement either. I mean, that's just the truth. He said if he bails, I don't think Brian will bail, man. I'm sipping on coconut water. I've been trying to watch my like my fluid intake. I need it to be more water, but I just don't like water. I hate the taste of water. It's hard for me to force it down my throat. So I sometimes I drink water throughout the day at work, and then at home I've been trying to drink coconut water. We all thought Eric was the honest one. I did too. I'll be honest. And yeah, man, I don't want to be the guy that comes up here and holds these guys' feet to the fire without offering them a place to speak back. Apple juice. I drink apple juice too. Your coffee had water. Water makes your stomach hurt. I heard it's really good to use to start your day with to like get your digestives flowing. For sure, for sure. Lemon water. That's how I've been drinking it. That's how I've been drinking it. Let me text him. I think he's seen it. You like water? My ex liked water a lot too. You know, I believe I've defended all these guys in some way because I'm just a person like that. I don't like to pass judgment on people. It breaks my heart to do that. Like, I'm aggressive as shit, but I'm also a good-hearted person. But like, what's right and right is what's wrong is wrong. You know, Betty and them, they need an attorney, and they're probably going to have to sue Eric. That's probably what it's looking like, guys. They're going to have to sue Eric probably. And that's fucking bullshit. That's the truth. They're going to need what do they call one of those I don't know, like I don't know if it's an entertainment attorney or I don't know what they call them. You apologize to Patrick? Oh, I have no apologies for anyone because I didn't really rag on people that hard. I just kind of want to know answers, you know. And Patrick, man, I kind of thought Patrick was all right all along because you can't live that close to somebody and then be the one scamming them. You know what I mean? It just don't fucking it just don't seem right to me at all. I believe Patrick had his heart in it, like as a like a family heart. And contractor, entertainment lawyer, yeah, because it's tricky. It's definitely tricky. Let me tell you guys something, man. You guys are very, 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 very critical about these Whitakers, and you should be. He probably is, Chris. And you should be, you know, because who's going to be critical for him? You know, seriously. A lot of people say vet the people that deal with the Whitakers, but how do we do that? You're on the truth side? Absolutely, Lady K. I'm on whatever side's best for those people. Here's Brian right now. Hello, Brian.
Hey man, what's up?
What's going on, boss? All right, man.
Well,
How you doing?
I'm sorry I'm running a little bit late, man. I'm actually visiting a friend of mine that's in the hospital, so I'm
You're all
gonna do
good,
the
man.
best I can here for a few minutes. He's
All
actually
right.
laying here.
Me and you spoke a little bit last night, but we didn't talk about any questions or anything. Why don't you tell the people a little bit who you are, um, how you came about, like how you've known the Whitakers and things like that, just to let them know.
So, in a real quick, I guess scenario, grew up in Raleigh County, West Virginia. At probably around maybe 13, 14 years old. BJ came into the picture in the 7th grade, and we had always, as a child, I guess maybe I can remember back to maybe 9 or 10, always hearing stories about the Whites and the Whitakers and the Smiths and all the different families that, kind of just lived back in the hollers, and you never did
Are you
go and
talking about
mess
the
with them.
wonderful, or was it Wonderful Whites or West Virginia and all that?
Oh, yeah, yeah. There's a
Okay,
few. There's
yeah,
a few around here as well, and
yeah,
there's also another family around here that they call them. They're it's a gypsy family,
yeah.
and they're they go by, what's the gypsy's last names? Is it Smalls? Is it the Smalls? Yeah. So, and then there's a few other last names for some gypsies, but we've always been told, just to leave those families alone. And so we never really fooled with them. And when BJ came into the 7th grade, she relocated schools because she had moved with her parent, or I guess maybe her mom or something like that, one of her parents. And we knew who she was, so everybody wanted to ask her, like, is it true, that they say about your family? And people kind of picked on her a little bit about that. And I never really thought it was that crazy, but um, I got to know her a little bit in school, and over the years, I guess maybe like 2 years, she became friends with a few people. I actually dated one of her best friends, and just for a brief time, maybe for 6 months. And then as time went on, we've always known about them for all of our lives. Everybody around here just known about them, and we've seen them at the gas station. We've met Kenny, out at the store and stuff like that. And then people have hauled loads of wood to them, and they're not bad people, right? So
Right.
the stigma kind of went away as we got older and started realizing that it wasn't as serious as they made it out to be. When you're a kid, everybody plays, and they're like, "Don't go
Yeah.
down to the Whitakers or you won't come back." You know, and so
Yeah.
as we got older and realized that that wasn't really the truth, um, yeah, like I said, just being around here and knowing everybody knows everybody, and getting to know people that know them, and hearing some of the good stuff about them. um when Mark came along, a lot of the locals stepped up and went down there and helped and got involved, and that's
Okay.
stuff that you don't see on Facebook or YouTube.
Right.
They didn't post that. There's a few ladies that go down there religiously that are
Okay. So people in Odd are kind of helping or around the area.
yeah, I mean, there's people that live in Coal City, there's people that live in Beckley, Sophia, all over, that regularly go down there. And there's so much extended family that you would be surprised how close that people are close to them.
Yeah.
And so along comes Mark, and Mark films, and I don't think he did a good job in the sense of what he did for his I guess for his page and for his channel.
Hmm.
But for us, he didn't do a good job of really explaining the real
Yeah. He kind of
details
made
of
him
the
out to
life
be
of
like
West Virginia,
he kind of led it to be like the inbred family
the life of the
instead of it.
Whitakers. Yeah,
Yeah. I could see that. But he did try to help him. We all know that one.
right.
Yeah.
And
Go
actually,
ahead,
the
Brian.
guy that I'm here in the hospital with right now, he
Mhm.
is very close with those people and been for years. He lives closer to him than I do, and he just actually made a comment. He said that Mark didn't display the true life of the Whitakers as good as he could have, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
think him
so,
being
Haters will hate always. That's what they do. They hate.
shut the fuck up. Him being halfway across the country or all the way across the country probably didn't help either.
right, right. So we kind of saw him as an outsider coming in
Yeah.
and making all those videos, getting 48 million views.
Oh yeah.
And a few of us actually talked about it. We were like, "Hey, man, let's go down there and let's do a better justice for him." But we didn't.
Yeah.
Um, and then along came Patrick and Eric, and it was sort of same situation. But now you got a guy that's local that's filming them. So we were supporting him for the fact that he was a local guy, but a lot of people didn't support him because they didn't really know what his intentions were based on some of his history.
Right.
And so once that became an investigation and that was fizzling out, I talked to some of the people that live here that know me, that know them, and they said, "You know what, man, you're all the time making YouTube videos and putting stuff on Facebook. You can talk to the camera. You go down there and talk to them. Hey, man, how's it going? Okay, man, go ahead. Yeah, help yourself, man.
Oh,
I'm
gotcha.
just doing a live stream on YouTube. No big deal. I won't put you on camera though. So
Get down, kitty.
we kind of come up with an idea, a few of us, several of us was like, hey man, go do it. Like you can talk to the camera and you can tell a little bit better of a story. I started doing that, and then immediately people were questioning where I came from, how did I get involved, and who is this guy? And they were, picking apart everything about my life
Of
and digging into
course.
my background and throwing mud and saying I don't live here and that, I've got all this background that precludes me from making a YouTube video. Like if you have any kind of background, you can't make a YouTube video because you're not
Yeah, I
trustworthy.
think like 60% of America probably has like something they've done wrong. And if we
Yeah,
say we haven't, then you're a fucking liar. Get the
yeah,
hell
for
out of here.
sure, for sure.
So what it was, well, I guess where I could say we start off with the Whitakers was when you made that post, like, hey, I want to just talk to BJ because it seems like the only one that's going to fucking talk right now is BJ. So is that what kind of got you guys together? Or she reached
So
out
I
to you?
said in that video, I mean, which BJ has social media. She watches the stuff that's going
Yeah,
on Facebook.
yeah, I'm sure.
The Whitakers don't. And so I think when I said, I want to talk to BJ, I think she saw that video and then she contacted me in Messenger and said, hey, go ahead and come on down, green light.
Right.
Now, prior to that, this man's wife that's laying right here in this hospital bed, his wife and her brothers are very close with them. And I mean very close. Like
Okay.
to the degree of they're down there damn near daily, and I think Charlie's daughter is actually married in, right? So this guy's married into the Whitaker family to a degree, but he's a buddy of mine that lives close to him, and he has nothing to do with the Whitakers in this sense. In this case, it's just a coincidence that he had to come to the hospital today, and I had to come visit him. I
Yeah,
didn't have to; I wanted to because he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. So,
absolutely.
but he, I even talked to him about it before I went down there. I said, man, you know those people very well. You know Larry and Betty very well. I've known of them. I've been down there a couple times over, my lifetime and went by there, throwed my hand up. I know some of their extended family member. I don't want to mention names, but there's some like cousins and like Betty has a sister, her son, things like that. I know a few of those people. And so I was like, I'm gonna go down there and talk to him. After I had made all my videos, once BJ invited me down, I talked to the other extended family about it and said, hey, I want to do this. And they all said the same thing. They said, dude, they're gonna throw rocks at you. You've done put those all those extravagant polo shirt videos out. They're gonna call you a preppy pretty boy. You probably a little too clean for them down there.
I think we all can admit it's kind of bad timing. I mean, it is.
Right.
It is kind of bad timing. So
Yeah.
I think we could put something to rest. Like you and Patrick are okay, right?
We don't have any beef.
Okay.
We're not hanging out. We're not running around together. We're not, doing the daily. But
Yeah.
we're cool. Like
Yeah.
we don't like if I saw him at the gas station, we're not swinging on each other.
Right. Right.
And for that reason, it's because I made an effort. I made an effort to talk to him, and I wanted to know where was he at because I had 1,000 people tell me where they thought he was, but I wanted to know where he was. I wanted to
So
hear it from myself, like you wanted to
true.
hear from me, from yourself. Where am I at? I wanted to hear where he was at, and
So in
then
your
that
eyes,
just
do you think Patrick's in the up and up with him?
to an extent.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I would say that when I say to an extent, I would say 90-95%. He
Pretty
doesn't
high.
tell everybody his business.
That's good.
Not even me. I mean, of course, like, and he doesn't trust anybody, and I don't blame him for that. But what I do know is that he wasn't breaching a contract by not paying them off of his Facebook page.
Right. Right. So
And
his
I don't want
Facebook
to get
page.
into
Right.
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 I don't because I mean I have learned just in the last 60 days that what you say will crucify you. They'll use it against you. They'll burn you down with it. So I don't
Oh
want to
yeah.
say
They'll
too
twist it.
much.
They'll twist it, run it in a whole nother direction.
Yep.
All right. I guess we could put some things to rest. I guess some of these stupid ass shit on Facebook. Facebook's going crazy with this shit. They are in love with you over there, Brian. So
I don't know about that.
Do you own a drone company that was spying on the Whitakers for Patrick?
No,
Okay. All right.
no.
I thought so.
So clearing that up,
Okay.
back in 2018-19, I bought a drone. It was a thermal imaging drone,
Right.
and it was to inspect power lines, building inspections. It was very expensive. Um, I
Those are
got into
badass
a
drones.
They are, and I got into a mess with that drone actually. But I started contracting to do work with that drone on like us outside of my normal course of duties. And
Right.
so my normal course of duties, in the power line industry was build power line, repair power line, distribution,
Hmm.
transmission work. And I saw an opportunity because they were just getting big to put that $30,000 thermal imaging drone to work. It's beats a helicopter, and so it's just for inspecting transmission tower lines.
Yeah. That's what
And what
people
they're
just
looking
went
for
back
is
through your
a
whole
file.
Facebook. They went back
Right.
to your Facebook and seen
Yeah,
drone
yeah.
footage and shit. This
So,
is that's
and I
very
did that
crazy.
for a while. Just a couple years. I made some Facebook videos. I made some YouTube videos. I tried to kind of take my YouTube channel in the drone direction. And then
Uh-huh.
with all that stuff with DJ all fell apart back in like 2021 and 2020, 2021, I just walked away from like the whole drone scene, and I haven't looked back. So then when the kid flew the drone for Patrick, they said, "Oh, this makes sense. This guy that flew the drone." Then now they're putting posts on Facebook saying that I'm scoping power line for BJ, and it's
Yeah, they said
crazy.
it was a copper. That we could probably lay to rest too. There was like a cop. You were scoping copper lines and shit for BJ. I don't think you have anything to do with BJ outside of like going to see Betty and Larry, right?
In the last 35 days, man, I haven't seen BJ since the 7th grade.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I saw her at like Dollar General one time about 5 years ago, and that was like, hey, how you doing? And that was about it. Um, and I got that notification that there was a post that I was helping BJ in this copper theft. And I'm gonna explain something to you guys. You cannot steal power line. It takes linemen a week to break power line down off of poles to be able to take a
Oh yeah.
wire puller and pull power line back on a reel spool. You can't go steal power line. Now, when they say people are stealing copper, they're stealing this old shitty Verizon phone line down in the holler that hasn't been used in
Okay.
35 or 40 years, and they hook a pickup truck to it and they
They
drag it
yanked
out
it.
of there. And
Yeah.
they yank it out of there. There ain't nobody using a
I tore it
drone to
in.
scope that shit out.
Yeah. Also, is there any update on Betty with the visitation? Somebody said there may have been court today, or if you knew
Well, it
anything.
wasn't court. They had an opportunity to go talk to APS about setting up visitation. I
Okay.
haven't talked to them this evening since 4 or 5 o'clock. I've been busy and I've been up here at the hospital for the last hour.
I get it.
So I haven't spoke to them. I tried to make a few phone calls around 6:30 and nobody answered. I do know that everybody down there is sick right now. So like they all got the flu or head colds or whatever, and they haven't been feeling well. And you guys know how, medical is down there for them. They're not really quick to run to the doctor. So they're probably just roughing it out, drinking some honey and, just doing the best they can.
Yeah.
I had originally set it up to get some groceries and some firewood down there for them yesterday or today. And then when they said they all had the flu and the Roni Tony, I was like, yeah, maybe I ought to wait till like Sunday or Monday to maybe try to go down there.
Well, good for you. Good for you. So, like in a nutshell, your plan is to just keep filming, keep updating people, the goodness of the Whitakers, the positive side of it, I guess, and then just keep pumping out content, right? And kind of working alongside Patrick, maybe, not hand in hand alongside, but like, just
Well,
YouTube, do
he,
bone.
you know, he has obviously stepped back a little bit, but I've noticed that he's posted a few things, over the
Yeah,
last week or so. He let it fizzle out, and then, he
that's
posted,
good.
the deal with Betty and Larry and the vehicle and all that. Um, so here's where I'm at with it.
Okay.
Originally, I jumped on there and I'm making my content in the kitchen and I'm giving everybody my synopsis because I have a little inside note, right?
Hmm.
And it's not from law enforcement, like it's from family members and friends and all that. So I got a little bit of an inside note. So I'm on here talking. And then when I got contacted by people saying, you're making money, you're monetized, and I'm like, really? Like, I had no clue that you could make 15, 20, $30,000 a month off of social media. I thought that was only for these kids that have like 50 million subscribers. I had no clue that with
Yeah.
100,000 followers that you could make that kind of money a month. And when I started hearing what these guys are, what they're claiming that they make, I thought, you know what? Patrick didn't build him a house. Eric didn't build him a house. Mark didn't build him a house. I know that they all put money into that and they made a good effort at it. If I make 100 grand, I'm going to build him a house. You know, I'm going to be the hero. I'm going to save the day. And then maybe
Yeah.
next term I'll get elected for mayor this time and it won't get
Yeah. If you
stolen
guys
like it
didn't
has the
know,
last 2 times.
if you guys didn't know, he told me this last night. It's pretty shocking. This guy ran for mayor twice. So
In a row.
twice in a row. So like, shout out to that shit. I don't think I could ever run for mayor.
It's
So, I
tough,
mean, I
man. It
think
really
everybody in the
is.
fucking town knows who you are.
Yeah, and you know, and that's another thing. My background has been put on blast by running for mayor twice here. So this shit that they're putting on YouTube and Facebook, this is like a daisy park. This is like merry-go-round to me because
Yeah,
when the
it's gonna happen.
News Channel 6, when WVVA News came down and interviewed me in front of that caboose, and I had to stand there on the local news channel and tell them, you know, about my background, that was way more disheartening than arguing with somebody in the comment section on Facebook, you know?
Absolutely, I bet.
And so I had to look at the News Channel 6 camera and say, yep, I was in trouble, you know, 15 years ago. And I've walked the line and lived my life right ever since. And, you know, I went and got myself baptized and decided to, you know, start doing humanitarian things for people. And the bad thing is when you're trying to do the right thing for people, people come and start bashing on you and hating on you for your background, and then that brings that old person in me out and makes me start lying and become nasty and start throwing back. And you know, then I start trying to like pad things to make myself look better so they'll chill out on me, and then it ends up, you know, I end up digging myself in a deeper hole like I did with that other chick. I don't want to mention her name, but um you know, I
Everybody
was
knows.
trying to
I'm
like
pretty
sound
sure.
credible, you know what I mean? Because who the F is this guy? So I'm trying to sound credible. And I'm like, yeah, I got some friends in low places. And then I had to
Oh,
backtrack
we
that.
ripped it apart over here.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure, you
yeah.
know, but
I just like before I rip
it,
people apart.
it
I just
brings
like,
that out of you when people start attacking you. You know what I mean?
yeah, it does.
They start pulling my gangster card. So I had to show them a little bit, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah. I think, ladies and gentlemen, what he's doing is just strictly content. This guy's not putting up give me money, donations here, donations there. He
not
wants
at
people
all.
to view the content and comment and share and like. That is it. And I think that's where he stands. I don't think he's up here to say, hey, give me your money. I think I asked him that last night as well.
Yes, so where I was going with that was with the whole monetization thing was when I
Mhm.
found out that, you know, yes, you can monetize. I'm thinking, you know, okay, great. If I do, then that's a blessing, right? And then I'll be able to help them even more so than what little bit we do anyway.
Yeah.
And if I don't hit, then at least you guys got the message from somebody who was able to stand up here and talk to the camera and put it into real context. Because
Yeah.
so far there's been a lot of vague answers, and no one else has a camera down there except for Patrick, which he didn't until after I did. You know what I mean? He walked away, and then I went down there and filmed, and then the next day he was down there with the camera, if you notice.
Yeah.
And so that's what prompted me to call him. And I'm like, hey man, like what's really going on? Are you going to step away or are you going to get back involved? Because I'm not going to step on your toes if you're going to get back involved, because this is your gig.
Yeah.
And he said, you're more than welcome to go down there and film them if they'll allow you to. He said, I'm walking up here. If they want me to come down there, if they want you to come down there, it's just whatever. But in the future, maybe, you know, we can make some videos together. Maybe, you
Good for
know,
you
we
guys,
can
man.
do something funny, you know, to where everybody's all hugging it out. We hope that Timmy and Lorraine and Ray get to come home, which is the goal. It's not about my background. It's not about whether I'm monetized or not. It's not about whether Patrick does the right thing or not. The goal is to get the family back together again,
Yeah. Let's
no
not
matter
forget
what
about
we
that,
put
man.
out in content.
Let's not forget about that. There are 3 people's lives that are, well, 4, 5, 6 people's lives, 7 people's lives. Who knows how many people's lives that were just shook and dragged apart. So there are people involved. There are people involved. Yeah. All right, man. I don't
So
want to hold you. So, I mean, is there any questions that the chat has? Not anything stupid, you guys. Just keep it along something, you know, if you guys got questions. I don't want to miss anything. I appreciate this guy for his time. Did Eric's attorney send the Whitakers a check? And
no,
if so, no check has been mailed, y'all.
he did send him a letter, but no check yet.
So a letter stating that they breached the contract, I guess.
Yeah, so I think everybody's kind of either saw it or heard about it, but
That is real.
it was real. I actually saw it. I was there when the envelope was opened up. Larry opened up the envelope. Betty got one. Larry got one. They were identical. And it just basically, it's just like, I don't know. Some of it's actually, I think, been tweaked on the internet to say certain things. The actual real letter, I have a picture of it. The actual real letter says that they breached the contract by allowing me to come down there and film that night, because the letter was dated for the very next day. And
Really?
so, yeah. And it said, based on the fact that they let another creator film them, that it interfered with the interest of what they had signed with Eric, and that it caused competition, and that it would drag down, you know, his flow, so to
His
speak.
brand, yeah.
Yep. And that he at that point was severing ties with them. He was going to tally up everything, and then it basically said once all monies are totaled up, that they was going to cut a check to Betty and a check to Larry. It didn't say anything about anybody else in the family. It said, I'm going to cut a check to Larry and a check to Betty. So I don't know how he's going to math that or how he's going to calculate it. And at that time that letter was written, there was still, I think at that time, like the YouTube channel was at like $40,000 already. And so there was still money to be made that month, because it
Yeah,
was
and then the
dated for
back
like
end.
October the 3rd or whatever. And so, you know, nobody really knows exactly what the payout was yesterday or day before yesterday on YouTube. I speculate it was maybe 40, 50 grand, right? But he didn't mention that. He mentioned like up until today's date, like from here,
Where
this
the
is the
severed,
end.
yeah.
Yeah, like we cut it off today, so I'm gonna cut you a check up till today. And I'm sitting there scratching my head going, well, what about for the next 5 years? What about the royalties and the residuals and all the people that's going to come and watch this for the next 4 or 5 years? Either turn it off or give them their own channel. Give them the channel you created in their name and stop making money off of them, off of a channel with their content, you know, because you don't own the rights to that content. Once you cancel that contract, you now have to give them their content back.
Yeah, and
I'm
that
assuming.
channel's still up and running too. It's
Right.
like
So
all channels, like I don't get like, see, there's an investigation, I guess, still going. You don't know anything about
absolutely,
that.
as far as we know, yeah.
Okay, as far as we know. See, the
My
weird
eyes
thing to
probably look
me,
black in here because of this light, guys. I just realized that.
we can
Look, I got
clearly
my
see
eyes
where
closed
you
the
are.
whole time.
We
Like I'm sitting here
what's
doing this.
crazy to me is how if there's an investigation, how like investigators wouldn't have stopped all like
Yeah. So that's my question. I was like, if you know, anytime that I've been familiar with any type of investigation like that, when there's a victim, you have to establish a victim, right? So
yep,
they either have to say that the donators are the victim or the Whitakers are the victim, or both, right? And typically, when there's a victim in a fraud case, they usually say, hey, Mr. Fraudster, you are no longer to have contact with your victims, because if you're bribing your victims to be on your side, then they're not going to say anything negative about you, right? So I was assuming that would happen, but that's not what happened. And then additionally, Eric has said in that video, I tried to give the money to the police and I tried to give the money to the lawyers and nobody wants the money. And I'm thinking, that doesn't make sense. Why would
no,
the state police say we don't want the money? You would think that they would get like, you know, either an injunction or an order to like seal that money, you know, like stop it, or you know, to seize it, freeze it. Yeah. And so that's not what's happened. Like they're still letting that shit roll in, and then you got Eric writing a letter saying, I'm gonna cut you a check right in the middle of an investigation.
yeah,
So how jacked up would that be if he cut them a check, they received it, say hypothetically tomorrow, and they go and cash those checks, and then now what are they as a witness for a victim in a crime? You know what I mean? Because they just got paid off. So that then I think they're going to let that happen so they can hit him with bribing a witness.
yeah,
You follow me? I mean, I don't mean
yeah.
to say stuff out of
Yeah,
turn
I
right
get it.
now, because like they'll take that right there and they'll rip that shit apart. I'm just
Oh yeah, that's
thinking
all
off the
just
top of my head
speculation.
here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's all speculation. Also, do you think that I've seen a comment in the chat. Do you think that them getting a certain amount of money may stop what they already make each month, or do they have to do
So
that
in
a
the
certain way?
state of West Virginia, and I can Mike, how does it work when you're on fixed income? If you like win the lottery or somebody gives you 50 grand, do you have to report that to your fixed income situation? You do. Now, will that affect your monthly payments? It will. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So in West Virginia, if you're like on Social Security, disability, SSI, whatever, and say you're getting 500 a month, and you
yeah.
go down here and you scratch a Powerball lottery ticket for $1 million, then you got to report
I
that.
guess
So
so.
that changes things, right?
Yeah,
So they stop your check, go to like periods, they stop their checks and stuff like
yeah.
that. So I would assume that could be an issue. And I don't know if they legally did what they were supposed to do with the Mark situation. But nobody really knows who. I guess Betty got all the money, but it
Yeah, it's
was
kind
doled
of up
out to
in
the
the
whole
air.
family.
Yeah, it's kind of up in the air to know where it all went, because there was a lot of different speculation that BJ got it, her grandsons got it, her sons got it. It was a lot of speculations.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't even want to comment on that, man. That's
Yeah,
because I don't even know. I wasn't even part of the deal back then. Like I was just a spectator that just lived a few miles down the road, and I kept driving by that road every day, and I was like, man, I need to go down there and tell the world the real story, and I thought, if I do that, then that's gonna, probably cause more problems than it's worth. And now I'm starting to realize that, trying to be a good Samaritan and do the right thing,
are
it's
you
it's
having
it's
mixed
been more
emotions on it
stressful.
now? You're having mixed emotions
The
on it.
the mixed emotions that I'm having on it now is it's disheartening to see how many people hate you and want to dig into your background and throw rocks at you
It
for
is.
trying to do the right thing versus the people that support me. I got like 15 people that tell me every day in Messenger, you're doing a great job. Don't stop. We think this is awesome. And then I've got about maybe 15 people in person that are like, good on you.
Yeah,
And I've got about 455 in my message requests that are like, you're a piece of shit, you're a dirtbag, you're a loser, you're a liar, you're a scammer, and you shouldn't be helping the Whitakers, and we hate you. And I'm thinking, how could you know how could the balance be off so bad? And I think the balance is off so bad because the story hasn't been told properly yet.
could be.
And there's so many half truths. I'm not going to call them lies. I'm going to call them half truths. There's so many half truths from every person involved in this, including myself, because we can't tell you everything on social media. So I have to hold back things.
Yeah,
Then there's so many half truths from Betty and Larry and from Patrick and Eric and all the commenters. And so if everybody could just come 100% clean, I think it would be better for this whole situation. And that's not going to be possible until the state police say investigation's over, nobody goes to jail, or investigation concluded, we're arresting XYZ. And it's very disheartening to see the people that think that I should be arrested and put in prison for what I've done so
that's
far.
crazy.
And it's
That's
so absurd
ridiculous.
because all I've done to this point is talk to the camera in my kitchen and made some comments. And then I've been to their house twice on camera and 4 times in real life. And
Well,
2 times, man, I went down there. I didn't film it for that reason.
everybody down there is able to say yes. I can go on camera.
And they
Yes,
did. And I have them in camera saying that.
yeah.
So
Everybody
there's
down
no
there.
exploitations. There's no like, deboing or kidnapping or forced placing or nothing like that. And, I mean, it's just crazy that they're like, you're and I,
I
and
mean,
I
I
made
think what it is, Brian,
$22.
is a lot of stigmas been placed around it, and it's
Hmm.
just been bad timing. That's kind of why I wanted to bring you on here, because
Everybody's still salty.
I've shot bullets at you. I've shot bullets at Patrick. I've shot bullets at fucking Eric. And I've seen Patrick and Toddy Toddy and Lady K interview
Is there a
Patrick.
bathroom in this room here?
You're good, Brian. Do your thing, man.
Hey, I gotta I gotta. This coffee has ran through me, man. Let me
Oh,
put
do your
you
thing,
on
bud.
pause for just a
I
second,
got you.
okay?
I got you.
Down somewhere without you. Will it be in your way if I lay it right here?
I'm gonna do this.
Oh, okay. I just gotta use the restroom real quick.
I got you, buddy. Yeah. Let me see some questions, y'all. I'm trying to run through this, but you guys are chatting. What he's trying to do with the filming, I believe, is draw money. Draw money in. Look, nobody in their right mind is just going to come out of the woodwork and say, all right, I'm helping the Whitakers. Here's all my money. I mean, nobody. I mean, I believe it's very, very bad timing. Let's talk about him. Let's do it, Chris. Let's go. It's very bad timing. I can say that much. Can you ask Brian what happened with the court today? I did. I asked him. He doesn't know yet. He said they're all sick down there. It wasn't a court visit either, he said. It was just like a thing to see if they're able to visit. I believe they're going to be able to visit, though. Yeah, my heart goes out to the family as well. That's why I'm doing this, guys. It's nothing to do with any fucking monetary gain or anything like that. I could care less. I just don't want to bash Brian. I don't want to bash Patrick. I don't want to bash Eric, and then not give them an opportunity to say, "Hey, this is really what the deal is." Things have changed. Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of stigmas around BJ too. A lot of people are like, "Well, fuck that. I'm not helping if BJ's there." I think a lot of people need to let that go. But if they want what's best, I mean, that's on you. I'm not here to change anybody's mind, guys. I want you to believe anything you want to believe. Thank you so much, nobody. What's up, Phoenix? Patrick made 14,000 off his page last month. How do we know that? He just said why he was okay with Patrick, guys. He just said it. He's not working hand in hand with Patrick. They're both just doing their own thing. We'll talk about it all once he gets off too. We'll have some dialogue.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we were talking about you while you weren't here.
Okay, well, I took my microphone with me, so you guys probably heard that gallon get dumped in the toilet.
No, we didn't hear you. I
So
think
the guy that the housekeeper guy, the guy that's cleaning the room, because I'm in one of these double. What do you call this? A double room? Yeah. So he's cleaning the other side. And when I got up to walk over there, he's a local, and he was like, "Man, it sounds like you're having a hard time." He's like, "I didn't even really realize that was what you were over there doing." He's like, "I saw all the YouTube videos, but I've been hiding over here in the corner." So I mean,
Yeah,
it's like everybody here knows, man. I mean, it's like, you know,
yeah.
everybody knows what's going on.
And like I think when I spoke to him last night, also, nobody is like purely innocent. Everybody's got a little bad side to him. Like BJ, Betty's, he got a little rough side to her that we don't see. I'm sure of it.
There's
You
a
know,
side to everybody that's, I mean, especially them. I mean, there's a side to Betty and Larry that you guys have never seen off camera, and that would surprise you if you were to go down there when the cameras aren't rolling and they're just being themselves and they're just communicating between the four of them. You cannot understand them unless you're from here.
oh,
I
I know.
mean, dude, I mean, when Betty talks to Larry, it sounds like Ray talking to Lorraine, but they understand each other, you know?
Yeah. I want what's best for the family. That's why I would run to. I want to see you. I want to see you do well with this. I want to see Patrick do well with this. If that's where his heart lies, because I mean, I kind of gave Patrick a hard run at the beginning, but I quickly started to come around, because how can you live, just doors down from Body and be the leading scammer of everything? Eric
Right.
sounds like the one that came in and made a quick bank and then kind of figured out how to get away with it. What I think.
I've never talked to Eric. I tried to talk to him but when he was still in West Virginia, before he left, when he was still at the Airbnb, I made a hell of an attempt to talk to him, and didn't get anything out of him. And that was already at the point where I think APS had already picked them up, and this was like the very next day. and I made a hell of an attempt to talk to him. I mean, I went through channels of people because I was out of town that day. I was a few hours away, and I couldn't just roll up to the Airbnb, even though I knew where he was. I wasn't able to just pull up, and so I had somebody else pull up, and that person pulled up and said, "Hey, man, I know somebody wants to talk to you," and he was so freaked out about people pulling up
Really?
that he just like glued up and was like, "Where is all this coming from? Like, how did you know where I was at?" And
Yeah,
it
it's all
was
over
it
social
was
media.
so I mean, pretty much everybody knows where everybody is around here. I mean, everybody's in everybody's business,
Yeah. I think people want to know
Um,
also, did BJ actually get served with a eviction notice?
no,
No, there was no
no.
eviction notice,
So
guys.
all these people on Facebook saying she's got 30 days to get out, or today's her last day to get out, or whenever that lady from North Carolina was calling and saying, we need to get BJ out of there. Here's the thing about that, because I was there and I saw it and I understand it to the full dynamic.
Right.
Betty, well, let me back up. Larry was taken to Beckley and asked to tell the magistrate's office that BJ was being abusive. That didn't work. The magistrate told them this ain't going to fly. So they came back, they got Betty, and they took Betty. Second attempt, second swing. And they said, Betty, you need to tell them that she's being abusive. So they gave him a 10-day or whatever it was. And in that first 3, 4, 5 days, she was gone. And then when Eric showed back up on the porch that day and he goes, "Oh, I saw the little methy fingers in the window, so I'm not building a house, I'm out of here." And he went and jumped on screen and started telling everybody that he ain't building a house for her to live in and all that because BJ is there. Um, at that point, when APS took them and on camera, everybody saw the lady say, "When BJ come back, that changed everything." That was the straw that broke the camel's back. That was like the ketchup that forced the hand that made them
Mhm.
snap that day, but it wasn't the collective reason of why they took them and why they haven't came back. And so now that no charges have been filed against BJ and there's no evidence and no proof, there's just accusations from the internet based on it started out on that porch and now it's in the whole world, right?
Yeah.
And so it just a mountain into or a molehill into a mountain, so to speak. So now the whole world is convinced that BJ is the culprit and that she's supposed to not be there. She was serving eviction notice, and if she leaves, then the kids can come back, and that's not the case. That's not true
Yeah.
at all. The
Oh yeah.
truth is that they have to have a new place to live because of the condition of that house
Yeah.
before they'll let Timmy and Lorraine come home. And Ray has some medical issues that's probably going to require him, not anything to do with Betty or the house. It's just his condition that's going to require him to be in an assisted living facility that they can better treat him for
Yeah.
his
It's sad.
best interest.
It is sad. It's very sad because it's obvious Betty herself can't do it.
Right.
I
That's too
think,
much for her.
yeah, I think like we talked about last night, a lot of people failed this family,
The state failed them for many, many years.
Yeah.
That's where it starts out with, brother. The state has known about them since the 70s, and they've
Wow.
never stepped up and done anything except gave them a check.
Wow.
And there's never been any complaints that come out of there. Nobody has ever called APS or CPS or DHHR and complained about them. And so
Wow.
no complaints, crickets. You know what I mean?
Just
Like
let them
what?
live.
Yeah, like what is the old saying? Like the squeakiest wheel gets the grease, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're not hearing anything and it's crickets and it's quiet, then they turn a blind eye to that situation for a lot of years. When I think that there's like a double-edged sword there because APS will tell you we got to have a complaint to go investigate. We can't just go
Yeah.
solicit
That's
on
like
our own.
prying into their lives then. Yeah.
Right, right. And so
Yeah.
nobody ever complained about them for all these years. So when I say
That's
the state
very
failed
hard to
them,
believe too. Yeah. A lot of people
they
failed
knew
them.
about some health issues that they maybe could have like pried into. Because I mean, whenever I think it was Ray or Freddie, which one got bit by a rattlesnake?
They think it was
Was it
Ray.
was it Ray? Ray got bit by a rattlesnake and had to come up here to the hospital about 5, 6, 7 years ago or whatever, and maybe it was longer than that ago. But anyway, everybody here knows about them, and everybody here knows what's going on down there. But like I said, they've just out of sight, out of mind, and so they just give them all a check, and they didn't never go, and they're not the only family. I'm going to tell you guys, I don't want to mention any last names of a family, but there's a place that's called Amigo Holler
Okay.
in Raleigh County. Well, is it in Raleigh or Wyoming County? It's in Raleigh County. So Amigo Holler is in Raleigh County, and that is a holler of families that's similar to the Whitakers. They live similar to the Whitakers, and they're a little bit rougher than the Whitakers. I mean, like,
Really?
you go down there and they'll bop you in the back of the head and take your car and your four-wheeler and your wallet, and
Damn.
that's the truth about that. There's a lot of rough stuff going on down in that place. And
Damn.
when the cops go down there, they take like the armored van and like 4 carloads just to go get one dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
but CPS only goes down there and gets involved with those kids when somebody calls on them.
Yeah.
They don't
I
just
think
go snooping around.
think a lot of people were calling on the Whitakers too. I think
Well, they
people
were
calling
worldwide
the
famous.
Yeah, calling on the Whitakers. They were getting trolled. I heard people were calling Betty's house phone number and threatening
When
her.
I'm down there, that phone does not stop ringing.
Wow.
I mean, just caller IDs from all over the country all day long.
I'm telling you guys, please don't do that. If you're in this chat, don't do that to Betty, guys. It's not
And
cool.
I said something to them about changing their number the other night. I said, you guys ought to think about changing your number. And they said, that'd be weird because we've had the same number since like 1973 or something. And I said, really? And they said, yeah, like this is like, it just would be just weird. And I said, well,
Do you speak it?
Damn, stupid thing. I'm trying to see.
what's more important, weird numbers or, having a weird phone number or, having some peace, because there is none.
Yeah. So they
Not
said that
down there.
Timmy, I think like the school system and things kind of failed them too. Like Timmy to go through all the way through school and graduate. And
Yeah.
it just seems that a lot of people skipped over what they could have stopped a long time ago, or I don't know. Maybe they just feel like we do, and we're not the ones to take them out of their families. I would never want to strip someone out of their family.
I'll explain something to you that maybe will help you guys understand a little something. This might put my buddy on the spot here, but so the guy that I'm visiting at the hospital, him and his wife are foster parents.
Okay.
And they know a lot about how the foster system works and how CPS works. And when people call CPS and the kids are taken and then they're placed in custody of the state and then they're placed in foster homes, whether it be permanently or temporarily or whatever. And so a lot of the information that I get on how does the APS CPS system work and what are the requirements actually comes from this guy laying right here in this hospital bed. And because that's the first people I called, and I was like, what do they need to do when we go to court? When we go to court next week, what do they need to do? And they were like, there's nothing you can do for that house because you have to have plastic plug-in covers, you got to have fire escapes, you got to have fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, a ladder, and like that house is never going to pass. Like it needs burnt down. It needs burnt down, and they need a whole new double wide across the street that's ADA compliant. And I'm like, all right, cool. So then when we got that confirmation from the lady at the courthouse, the clerk of court, who told us like, this is what you guys, this is the direction that you guys are going to have to take if you want to see the family, or if Betty wants to request custody of them, but the way that the APS and CPS works in this state, and that's where I was going with talking about him.
Right.
They don't come knock on your door. They wait for a complaint. When a complaint comes in, if it's more than one, because these people get pissed off at each other around here, and like Susie gets mad at Jenny.
Oh, they do it here
she's
too.
like, I'm gonna call CPS on you, you bitch. And then she calls CPS and goes, yeah, Jenny lets her kids run around in the road. Well,
Yeah.
that's bullshit. But if they get 2 or 3 complaints, what they call blanket complaint, isn't it called blanket complaints or something? They get blanket complaints where like multiple people call
Yeah.
from different addresses that aren't connected, then they go look into it. And then when they've determined that there's, cause to, start giving them guidelines like this is what you need to fix, or if it's drug related, we're going to take the kids or whatever, then that's when they put them in state's custody. And then state looks for people like my friend here who will put them in their home either permanently or temporarily.
Gotcha.
And in this case, nobody called until they became worldwide famous and all this shit was going on. So when Mark filmed them, they got a few phone calls like, hey, I'm concerned about the Whitakers. Like, are they really all right down there? And they're like, yeah, they've been doing that shit for 40 years. Then when this Patrick and Eric stuff started, Eric, now this is my opinion. This is not
Yeah.
slander. This is based off of what I have
Yeah.
seen with my
Everything
own
is
2 eyes.
all fucking allegedly here.
Eric started contacting APS off the jump when he came up here and was seeing with his own 2 eyes, and he was mortified what was going on here, because to us, I've seen multiple houses that look like the Whitakers. I don't live like that, but I've been in multiple houses that do,
Well,
and
looking
that's
from the
kind of like a
outside,
normal down in that
from the
area.
outside, it doesn't look as bad as it does from the on the inside. So anybody on the
Right.
outside is not going to notice it anyway.
That ain't the only house that's fucked up down there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's 50 of them like that down on that road. And so, and there's 50 of them that the brothers and sisters are doing each other, and there's 50 of them that cousins and uncles are doing each other, and there's 50 of them
So it's
that
a common thing.
it's not just them, man. It's just they just have the stigma. They got famous. They got famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mark made them famous. But
Sorry, I'm bugging you. And
hang
you're in
on,
the house.
Can you
Oh,
mute
you're
me?
good. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, he's muted. Yeah, it's sad, man. Let me go. I had you muted. Sorry.
No, the nurse just come in and she's got to give my buddy a breathing treatment,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I'm probably going to bounce out of here.
Yeah, do your thing,
Um,
man. I appreciate your time.
Hey,
You're
I
always
wanted to just getting off of here just to cut it and clarify before I hop off, because I'm sure there's still some speculation and some unanswered questions. My background and my past has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm doing right now in my life. I have walked away from that. I've changed my life. I don't live that way anymore. I I left that whenever I walked out of those gates 15 years ago, man. I left that book at the house. You know what I'm saying?
same
Like, I'm
here, buddy.
good.
Same here.
And I've had to relive it for the last month almost on a daily basis, and so is my family. And there's a lady on Facebook. I like to call her the Pink Panther, but you guys know who I'm talking about. And uh, there's something wrong with that, man. Like, that my dad's the sheriff, and that I
Yeah,
was
that's
part of a copper theft ring and all. It's just that's too extra, man. And I'm gonna have to have an attorney fix that for me, unfortunately. Um, but that's
yeah.
tough,
His
man,
dad is
because
not
people
the
hide
sheriff.
behind fake profiles.
Yeah,
But
that's going to
yeah,
happen on any social media site, though.
I know that. I know that. And I knew that going into this. So I'm not boohoo, wah, wah, none of that. I'm just saying, like, let's move past what I did in 2006 and let's work on getting the family back home. And then, whether they like it or not, I'm still going to go help them, right?
Absolutely, man.
Maybe not film so much. I want to, but like when I go back, like say I go back tomorrow, if I film tomorrow when I'm back down there, I'm kind of not wanting to film because of all the BS, but I
Yeah,
kind of want to. That way, I've got some documentation for if this ever does get bigger, or if people want to see like an update on how they're doing. And I'm gonna
absolutely,
tell
man.
you
These
guys
people
right
still
now,
want to see an update, Brian. They
Betty and
do.
Larry do not mind being on camera. They
Yeah,
might
they want to
they
know.
they might play two-faced and tell whoever calls there on the phone, no, we ain't gonna film no more. We don't want to do that. But dude, they don't give two shits whether you're filming them or not.
They're
They've been
easily
on
trolled.
camera for the last what 5-6 years. They've been on camera constantly. So I mean, they know they're famous. They know that people want to film them. But I get a lot of people saying, we want to see Betty, we want to see an update or whatever, and
Absolutely.
they want dialogue. Up until now, I've not really given the world the dialogue that they want from Betty and Larry, other than we want the family to come home and telling a little quick story.
Yeah.
So when I talk to them on the phone, they're like, dude, you can set up a tripod and we'll just sit here and have general conversation.
There you go,
Whether,
man.
and so I want to do that. But the people that are saying, investigate him, it's like, for what? Like, what are you investigating me for?
They
Like, I'm not
can't.
asking for donations. I'm not. Oh, I've made $22 on Facebook. Let's clarify that. That's from subscribers, not from video views. It's not from any type of engagement, like, likes or comments. I've got 22 people that have decided to pay 99 cents to subscribe to me. And like 12 of them are people I know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just trying to show me some love, right? Um, if 22,000 people subscribe to me a month and I was bringing in 22 grand a month, even then, there's no scam there because I don't owe anybody any of that.
Yep.
But I would do the right thing and I would carry 15 grand down there and be like, here's you a vehicle. Here's you firewood for the whole winter. Here's you some groceries, And then on top of that, my guy laying here taking a breathing treatment, I'd give him a couple grand because he's struggling to get a handicap ramp. But I'm not going to
Absolutely.
sit on here and ask for no donations. You know what I
That's
mean?
good. I think that's where you should start, man. Pump the content out. Let these people know that, like, just give updates on them. I know it's
I know
probably
that.
tough.
Did you
It's
hear what he
tough.
said?
What's that?
He said, no good deed goes unpunished.
It doesn't. It doesn't, man. And I think the timing that when you came in was a little off, and people were already throwing stones, so you were the next person to throw a stone at. And we all had questions, but I'm not going to sit and throw stones without at least talking to somebody. And I thought you were easily talked to. I thought you were an easygoing guy. You've come into our chat. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give this guy an opportunity to talk because I think he's on the right
I just don't
mission.
got no hate in my heart, dude, because like, I used to carry so much hate in my heart, man. I used to
Me
want to
too.
just choke the life out of everybody, right?
Yep.
And then one day I realized, man, that this matrix that we live in, like everybody has their own perception, right? I live in my world, you live in your world, whatever. This is mine, dude. This is mine to live. And if everybody else
Absolutely.
is jacking it up, it's because I let them. You know what I mean? It's because I allowed that negative energy inside my bubble.
Yeah.
And so I've just been trying to like do things that, because I can sit on my hands and do nothing. And I guarantee you that things will be different, whether it be in my world or their world.
Yep.
Things will be different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just can't do that.
I agree, man. I'm the same way. I had to change my life too. I did.
I used to be all about Brian, man, and think that everything was about me and that it was my world and I ran it and everybody was just living in it. And now I realize that, like, it's like it's not about like me, it's more about doing things that I can do to help other people.
Yeah, leading on that, what kind of struck me to kind of reach out to you was I watched some videos you did on hobo shoestring, and I follow another channel that knew who he was in real life and shit. He's a hobo also, so I was like, you know what, man, this dude did good work for hobo. So, well, who's to say he can't do that same thing for Betty and Larry and help to try to get their family back together, bro? Because hey,
You know
man,
that you know that's
we all
still
have
unsolved, and that bothers me every day, man.
yeah, yeah,
That, like I talk to his sister Jessie all the time, man, and like we got really close during that, and it really bothered me that happened the way it did, and that there's still never been an explanation. And then whenever they told us that there wasn't any water in the lungs, how the fuck did he get in that water? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because he didn't
That's a
float
fact.
down there. He wasn't helicoptered down there. I don't want to get into that, but
You're good. I'm just letting
still,
you
yeah,
know
man.
that's where I seen you had a heart and shit. So anyway, I
Yeah.
enjoyed your time, man, and I appreciate you giving me your time. And I'm sure lots of people in here appreciate it. And hopefully we can get this thing cracking on a better end. I think you're a good guy, dude. I think you're an all right guy. I think that people they got to have something to throw stones at, and they probably still will. But believe it or not, they want them updates. They do. They want to see the Whitakers. They want the updates, and I think that's your way of trying to help the Whitakers. Then so be it. I think you
Yeah.
can do it. Honestly, I think you can do it.
I mean, it would be cool, you know. I mean, not for just the fact to say that I did it, but I just think it'd be cool to be able to, you know, to make like a partnership with a lot of people, not just one or two people around here, to collectively come together and make it good for them. But again, man, they're not the only family, and you got to pick and choose your battles, because there's families around here that struggle month to month just as bad or worse than they do. And I mean, it would take a Powerball ticket to fix the problems in this town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the
Sad.
big one, you know, not a little one, the big one. And then that probably still wouldn't even knock a dent in it, you know. But
Yeah.
that's why I ran for mayor, because I thought that if I could push, you know, some economic development and some economic growth in our towns, because our town's in a decline. And when your population declines, then your real estate value declines. And when
Yep.
your real estate value declines, then
Is
workforce declines. And
declines. Yep.
everything's going down. And so I thought, well, if I can run for mayor and I can figure out a way to keep people here, or to make people move here, just like, you know, Charlotte, North Carolina, people are moving there by 5,000 a day,
Yeah.
and the population there is increasing, and the economic development there is increasing, and you know, everybody's making a good wage. Property values are up higher than they've ever been. Interest rates are higher than they've ever been as well. But when interest rates do come back down, what's going to make people want to come here and buy a home? You know,
Yep.
other than the fact that we live in the hills and it's beautiful. And so, you know, I'm thinking economic development will cause people to want to stay here and work here, give them a good wage. And then if the population's not decreasing, then our real estate values are not decreasing. And then this there's more money in this state to do more for the people that are hurting, you know.
Absolutely. I
And
think there's every
that's
state's that way.
right. So that's one of the downsides to getting into politics, is you have to start educating yourself on, like, it isn't just about being able to make decisions. It's not just about going vote for me so I can have a great paycheck. It's about knowing how to build a business, basically, you know, how to
Right.
make it grow.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to do the same thing with the Whitakers. I'm trying to like say, okay, this is like a business model, and how can we bring them out of the decline that they're in and put them in a better situation. And then there's other families here that need the same thing, and maybe we can like get some creators to attract to that and slowly start building that, you know, through
Yeah.
this network of millions of dollars that's made on Facebook and YouTube.
Absolutely. I'm here for it, man.
So now you kind of know where my heart's at.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Appreciate your time, Brian.
10-4, man.
Hey, thanks a lot. I'll kick you on out.
All right, thanks.
Salute, brother. Brian Kody, everybody. Brian Kody. There you have it. So we'll have some dialogue. I've seen some of you had some very very positive things to say, and I think that's the best part about all this. You guys were positive. A lot of people weren't. Not a lot. Not a lot. I did this for you. This has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the Whitakers, the three that were taken. I guess Patrick and Brian. And I keep seeing the same thing. Why film them? Why film them? That is how you give the updates to the people. That is how that the money will be drawn in to ultimately help them. I mean, nobody is going to just say, hey, I live around the Whitakers. You guys didn't do any justice for him. Here's my money. You gotta make that money. And I see where he's coming from. I appreciate you guys, man. And Mark is not in contract with them anymore. I don't know why you keep saying that. Mark is not in contract with them. If Mark was still in contract with them and nobody was to be filming them, Mark could sue the pants off of all these people. The way he was tonight is how he needs to be on Facebook. That's a good point, fam. That's a good point. Get an interview with Mark. I would love to, but that's going to be a little harder than I thought. Thank you, night hostess. I want to say appreciate to Oda May, the chick in the chat. I don't mean to call her chick. The lady in the chat, she kind of quarterbacked that for me. Yeah, Mark could sue the shit out of all of them flies. I mean, that's idiotic to think. Patrick admitted in an interview with Toddy Skip that he makes $14,000 each month off his personal page. Mira, I promise you, he's not making that this month. I promise you. Thank you, Brian, for your honesty and what you're trying to do. Bless you, man. Good for you, Tate. Didn't Mark just get them all in trademark stuff? I'm not sure if it's trademark. Trademarks are different kind of who's running the Whitaker YouTube? That is Eric. Someone was responding on the Whitaker's YouTube page. Are you sure, Dandelion? She said, I can be an assistant. Thank you. Thank you. Sup, Blaze? OG Lucky Strike. Yeah, you're the real Lucky. I'm just kidding with you, Lucky. Oh, you're allowed to talk smack, Lucky. I'm not kicking you. You're not. You ain't done nothing to be kicked or anything. Thank you, Yada. I appreciate you. Yeah, I would love to talk to Eric as well. But I've emailed Eric and I've messaged him on Facebook, and that's all I can do. I'm not going to blow him up or anything like that. The new Whitaker's YouTube page? Is it called Whitaker Family? Hobo Shoestring? RIP to Hobo Shoestring, man. I didn't know who he was, but I knew of him. The Whitakers and Whitakers one. The Whitaker Family, it's called Whitaker Family, and it's like got the cartoon of them. That's the one Erica run. Yeah, that's the only for the photos and videos that Mark took of the Whitakers. Yeah, Mark might be getting ready to stop people from using that footage. Of the crazy AI Whitaker videos, which ones? I've seen quite a few. Whitaker household is not them? No. There's a lot of copycat channels. A lot. A lot. There's a lot of channels that's giving out good content too. I can say that too. The ladies that spoke to Patrick, we don't always think alike. We don't always see on the same levels, but they're good ladies. They're trying to do the right thing. I think what we need to do as creators as well, as we question these things, put them in a way as to not, I don't know, hate. It's just a lot of hate going around, and I get it, man. I totally get it. There's a reason for people to be mad. Y'all, I mean, there is. No, Brian hasn't started a YouTube channel, I don't believe. Brian mentioned a court date for next week. No. He spoke about, oh, I didn't ask him that. Hey, man, we talked to Brian. There could be another one of these. He seems like an easygoing guy. Eric isn't going to talk until the investigation is over. I don't believe it's on. I don't believe the investigation is going either, Hillbilly. Honestly, I don't. For one, with an investigation, you would have to freeze. Thank you, Kathy. You would have to freeze all assets, right? So the Whitaker family page wouldn't have a donating button to it. They would have froze that. Yeah, I'm totally here for that, Yada. And there's just too much out there that I don't believe there's an investigation going on at this time. He was talking in the past on the court next week. Okay. I wanted to ask him a little bit more, but I couldn't think of it. I was spitballing, guys. I think that Whitaker family Facebook page, it goes by Whitaker Family WV. That's still, I mean, YouTube page, that's still collecting money. They would have froze that. They would have froze it. That way there's no more money to be given because that just piles on to the investigation. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, Mary. Let me use the restroom real quick, man. I'll keep this going.
The only white boy you know who did it.
See my cat hitting all the buttons during that interview, y'all? He ran for mayor. That's pretty cool, dude. I never thought about running for mayor. I wouldn't win, though. $800 in September. I don't know. I don't think he's made that much money, to be honest, guys. I don't know. I honestly don't. Hell, I don't even make $800 on YouTube, and I put out way more content than Brian. Yeah, it was good to have answers. It was good for Brian, I believe, for other people to see him have a sit down instead of clowning. He likes to. The thing is, different people do content differently, and that's kind of what makes you a good creator. Is that you can do it differently than others and be in the same lane. Brian does his with a little bit of joking. Brian said he made 800. Good for him. Thank you, Yada. Yeah, I just don't know who I would like to interview and stuff. I would definitely like to talk to Eric. And I wouldn't treat him with any disrespect. I think everybody deserves a little respect. Yeah, everybody's told a lie. Anybody sitting in this chat that's up here braiding on somebody for telling a freaking white lie or a little fib, you guys go look in the mirror. Seriously. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. I hope we're all grown here. Like, Seriously, guys. We've all done things wrong. I've said that from the get-go on my channel. I have done wrong in my past. It's been a long time ago in my past. But, everybody deserves an opportunity to make things right. And it sounds like Brian did that in his own life. And I was able to do it. And I'll tell you this, if I can change, anybody can, dude. Because I was hell on wheels. Hell on wheels. I don't remember anything where Brian said he made $800. But that's none of my business. I don't care. YouTube and TikTok aren't the same audience. YouTube will hold your feet to the fire. Yep. Yeah, you can use them. Go ahead. Absolutely. Cut away, y'all. I don't do none of that. It's fair use, guys. Absolutely. Do your thing, flies. Anybody. I don't care. Says, yes, every lies, but bad timing. This Whitaker stuff is very still raw. That's what I was saying, too. That's kind of what I mean when you said that, Florida. It's still, I think it was bad timing, but what better timing, than if he had an opportunity to meet these people and he's really set to help them, then what better time than, I guess. Talking in cash don't make it true. Thank you, Runaway Truth. It's very uncomfortable when the channel owner creator doesn't let their guests speak enough to answer or keeps over talking them. Thank you. Very true. Too much, Mom. I love all of your guys' comments and opinions because you guys are right to have it. I'm not a content creator that's going to tell you how to feel, how to act. I think everybody in this chat stay well mannered. Y'all had some things to say. Don't get me wrong, but y'all weren't spamming them. I'm happy with y'all, man. Yay!
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I found these people on YouTube. Damn good chat, too. He does. He lives in Sophia. There's Berlinetta. What up, Berlinetta? Yes, please hit that like button for me, man. It has nothing to do with Brian. This has nothing to do with Brian. I did this for everybody that wanted answers. I think there's some more questions to be asked, but, we'll give Brian his time, and then maybe we'll have him up again. Yeah, even if you don't believe him, sometimes you got to let him talk. That's very true. I'm not telling you to believe anything that man said. I'm not telling you to believe anything I said. I know I didn't say anything untruthful. I just had questions, but all we can do is ask the questions, right? Thank you, Yada. I appreciate y'all for being here. I did it for you guys, man. You guys are bomb. Hold on, man. Thank you, hostess. I didn't even put my Cash App up, and here they are sending me Cash Apps. I appreciate you, hostess. Thank you so much for that $20 banger. Yeah, I hate hearing that on channels, bro. Oh, you're just making money off the Whitakers. Bitches, I was monetized 3 years ago.
Right now, 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 right now.
I heard Lady K over there talking about it too. Lady K, you're allowed to make money on here. This is your channel. It's your YouTube channel. Toddy, make that money on here. Join the membership if you like it. It's worth it. That's a fact. Our membership comes with a members only Discord as well. So get that membership and then email me and let me know you bought a membership and you need that Discord link. Who's on YouTube to not make money? People that are just trolls. Yeah, I didn't want to have my donation thing up when Brian was up here though. Because it really ain't about that. It really, really ain't. But I've been for anybody that wants to know, I've been monetized. So damn. My bad, Tennessee. I just seen this, buddy. Salute, AC. It's taking you forever to get the watch hours. Everybody go over there and check out Berlinetta, y'all. Go give her some watch hours. Hold on. Get down, Kody. You were in here hitting all the buttons and shit. You're bad. I didn't even smoke during this interview either. I need to smoke, y'all. Let me see if I can get Berlinetta's channel up here for you. Love you, Berlinetta, and I love your fucking name. Berlinetta and Bird played a real big role when I lost my mother. So those two ladies, I'll never, ever forget. Along with all the people in the chat that helped me with getting her cremated. I lost my mother a little over a year ago. And it was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with up until now. But I've done it with a smile and I've kept on keeping on. But, you know, sometimes people do things for you and like you never forget those types of things. Hybrid raspberry. I don't even know what I did. Oh, let me get my vape. Hi, Kizzy. My cat wanted that. Oh, she already got it for you. Thank you, Phoenix. Hey, fix this. God damn, you think fucking spend $600 on a camera at some bitch would work? Oh, shout out to you, Deborah. Yeah, I lost my mother to liver cancer. I stopped my whole life to take care of her, and she passed about a year and a half ago. Appreciate y'all. She didn't have any insurance or anything like that. So I was left with a little bit of a burden that a lot of these folks on YouTube helped out with and made things happen for me. So just know there are great people out here in the world. I think 85% of the people in the world really just want good and want to just go through life without problems and issues. Sorry to hear that, Yada. My heart just goes out to the Whitaker family. I hate Eric had everyone calling and reporting them. They were fine on their porch till Eric. I'm with that. Shout out the dog, man. Thank you guys. I got some problems with what Eric's done. And I feel like this is totally an allegation. This is totally allegedly. This is totally my opinion. Totally just what I think. I think Eric went down there the first time, got a little involved with Timmy, seen how they were living, and was mortified. Seen that there was money to be made quickly off of clips and 5, 4, 50-second set, 180-second videos. And he knew all along what he would do. And he made that money up. And he knew the way out with it. I think it's not far fetched to believe that. Medical debt sucks. Absolutely. Hi, Violet. Yeah, I appreciate Brian for coming on here, though. It takes a lot of guts. I wasn't hard on him, was I? I don't think I was. I thought I was pretty nice. I would show Eric just as much respect, too. But I would have a little bit tougher questions for him. That's so true. Yeah, I'm still stuck with, if you get involved to do something for them, do the deed that you're getting involved to do. If you got involved to build them a house and that was what you were set to do, then you should have built them a house. You shouldn't have got involved with all of the family politics and say that this person's not supposed to be around, because I'm telling y'all right now, that would never go down in none of y'all's families. It just wouldn't, guys. You wouldn't allow Eric to come into your family's fucking house and tell you, in order for me to build you a new house, you got to get rid of your niece. Would you? I don't think you would. Honestly, I don't. I just don't. Yeah, medical debt does not go to the credit bureau. Eric just wants full custody of Timmy. I don't think he's going for that. I think that's what he thought about. I would tell him to shove the new house. Me too. Get the fuck out. Some families don't allow addiction in it, tears everything apart. Very true. Very true. Very true. I wish the Whitakers could have just stayed cool to get the house, man. The investigation isn't over. Dates covered are June 20th to September 15th. No need to freeze anything. Bullshit. They can still put money involved. What are you talking about? Pam, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I can go right over to the Whitaker family YouTube page and donate my money to that page. No problem, Indiana. No problem. I appreciate him coming on. Thank you to him. I think he just needs to stay pumping out updates of them and try to shift it back. I mean, there was a big detour set out, y'all. It got turned big time on the Whitakers. It got turned big time just on us as viewers, us as people that fell in love with the Whitakers. And I'm talking generally. I'm not talking in love with the Whitakers. I'm not a parasocial freak out. But I'm just saying, we enjoyed watching them and seeing them and flourish. That's a rude awakening. That's a big shift in life. I wonder if Mark would still take her to rehab if she would go. I wonder if that offer still stands. I wouldn't either. I'm so tired. I wouldn't deal with it. It's a little too much for me. Shout out to Brian for trying to take this on. It would be a little too much for me. So he's definitely jumped in the line of fire. That's true, Aqua. Eric offered rehab too. Damn. Both of them did, didn't they? I'm going to tell you now. If she's in as far as I think she is, she won't be able to do it alone. Some people just aren't able to do it. Yeah, I don't believe nothing Eric says. He fucking bitched about shit, and then you can go back and watch videos he was happy doing. He bitched about buying that air conditioner, saying that Patrick was spending all kind of money, and there's videos of him smiling and happy as hell about the air conditioner. I don't believe shit Eric says till he comes out with some truth, man. BJ is the scapegoat for Eric. I think BJ is the scapegoat for a lot. Do we know that BJ beat on anybody? No, we don't know that to be true. It's just rumors, just like everything on Facebook. Rumors. Brian owns a drone company. Brian, like, I thought y'all was talking Brian made drones. I was like, all right, I got me hooked up on a drone, bro. Hell no. Brian just knows how to fly him and contracted himself to do work for a power company or some shit, right? The way I took it. And here it is, people rolling through Facebook and see a picture and go, oh, yep, we own the night, baby. You gonna need rehab? Dope. Make sure you pay for it. We know they don't have a house because of BJ. Don't believe Eric. Ask Mark. Yeah, she did take the money. A lot of it. I seen her try to blame some of her kids too. Look, don't think that AD ain't going to stay critical over here. No. AD is still going to remain critical of everything that goes on. I'm just not going to be up here bashing people and coming up with all kinds of different scenarios and believing all these different scenarios. I'm a little bit more grounded than some people, I guess. I live in a based reality. Some people don't live in that reality, I guess. Hi, kitty. He's hungry. Asking questions is how we learn. Very, very good point. Drones are pretty cool. Oh, there's some with like crazy cameras. I'm so tired. They got like X-ray vision cameras, heat vision, night vision. Yeah, he's acting hungry. He ain't hungry though. I feed him well. He's fat. He's only a little bit over a year old. Yeah, Mark did give them their money regardless of BJ. He's my baby. He kept coming up here and sitting on my lap when Brian was up here. I am my baby. Don't bite me. Yeah, I just kind of did that for you guys. There was a lot of speculations, a lot of things being said, and I didn't know what to believe. Hello, Ryan. I didn't know what to believe with you guys. So how do we get to it? We get them up here. We put a face to it. We put them under the microscope, and we ask them questions. Yeah, I think Timmy did say that too. I kind of understood Timmy did say that BJ hit him with a shoe. Yeah, I just couldn't do it, Twisted. The kitty's name is Karma. Don't you scratch me. He's still a kitten. You little fucker. You better stop it. He's mean. Look. He's mean. He likes to play. He's mean. Didn't get many answers. I know. I just don't want to ask crazy questions of him. I think asking the question, did he fucking help BJ get the copper wire, is a little bit fucking far fetched. But hey, it was in the comment section, so I asked it. I think Brian's cool to come up here again if we would like him to. You stop it. You stop. Oh, fucker. He's mean. He's in play mode. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Ow, fucker. Made me bite the mic. All right, quit. There's a co-host. I love him. He's like my best friend. He's like my best friend. He's my housemate. I'm like an old single guy with just a kitty cat. Is that bad? Is that like what you see in them stupid little and them quit, man. I don't want to play. Go. Scared death of your fucking claws. Yeah. Oh, people gonna pick apart what Brian said tonight from his haters? Yeah, of course. But I think anything you pick apart from this interview, man, you're gonna look crazy. You're gonna look kind of crazy. You had a great kitty. Oh, you guys are awesome, man. I appreciate you guys. It's good to have a good group of people, man. You work for your cats too? Yeah. I appreciate all these people in this chat. I appreciate people that are members of this channel, the supporters of this channel, the ones that put their faith in me. Believe it or not, the Whitakers isn't the normal thing that we do over here, guys. I'm normally covering the crazy side of the internet, lol cows or people that do things that are kind of wild on the internet that just don't care. I'll tend to follow those and have fun with it and have fun with the audience. But there was something about the Whitakers and the things that have happened and transpired that just brought out the fuck this attitude in me. Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's see what's really going on, because I think we can. I think we can. With enough creators like that care enough and want the truth out there, then I think the truth is what's going to make it right. A lol cow is someone that the internet is laughing at, that they think is laughing with, kind of. Yeah, you guys ain't seen crazy people until you get a load of our channel. There's some pretty wild folks on here. But this side of things, man, I think this is like sort of my my thing here. Yeah, the work you versus lol cows. Yep. I like it all. Ert. Yeah, you can look up like people like Cyrax or people like King Cobra that just passed away. I see flies on the coleslaw going at someone on YouTube that could be considered a lol cow. But I won't say no names. None of my business. Shout out to Chris. The crazy 67-year-old hippie. Shout out to you. We like hippies over here. Cyrax in a group of his own? Absolutely. Yeah. He's what I consider a horror cow. I don't really want to follow horror cows anymore, because I think they go a little bit too far, and some of the troll communities involved with them go just a little bit too far. I'm a little bit older in my age, and I just want to see funny shit sometimes. Like, people got on here in before this even started and went through my description. And in my description, it says, don't take anything literally in this video or whatever, like a disclaimer. And they were like, oh, in the disclaimer, I'm not watching. It's like, get the fuck off my channel then. I have to put a disclaimer up. I don't want sued. I got to put a disclaimer up, because I get to the bottom of shit. I get to the bottom of shit on this channel. When I deal with people, I've gone back and forth with YouTubers. I get to the bottom of their shit too. So, like, I have to put a disclaimer up. If you don't understand that, then you're probably a little bit green to the YouTube and internet space. Stick around, watch. I hate for people to be rude and mean just because they don't understand something. And I don't want to be rude and mean back because you don't understand something. But like stepping out there and saying the dumbest shit, you're just putting fucking foot in your mouth. Because you ain't going to win over here, I promise. I'll troll you right back. Amy Crum. A lot of folks have their opinion about her. The Facebook side of things went a little bit crazy on this. And that's partly because that's where everything's posted to. And I'll tell you what, there's a chick over there. I can't remember her name. There is somebody over there putting out good content. Let me shout out where credit is credit's due. Ashley Fitzgerald. Somebody putting out good content. It's I like what we call just taking the road of less traveled, right? Like basically keeping everything on a level playing field. Giving everybody an opportunity to kind of bury themselves. Thank you, AC. I appreciate you, bro. He said, please hit that like button for me now, y'all. When? Right now.
Right now, 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 right now.
Yeah, Ashley's putting out good content on the Whitakers. There's a few others. I think the Jason McClellan dude, he's a little boring to watch. Like, he doesn't have the best on-camera presence, but I think he puts out good content as well. Brian Kody puts out good content. He puts a little twist of his own on it. I think it's a good thing. At least he's not like everybody else just going, oh, here's Whitaker, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to bash all of Facebook because there are some good creators over there, but there are some that are sticking their nose where it doesn't belong to. Oh my God. Oh, so y'all do know locales. No, huh? You had to stop watching Jason? Well, he kind of fell back, didn't he? You know what I'm going to stop doing? If it doesn't have anything to do with Patrick or Brian or Eric, I probably won't watch it. Honestly. Because they're the only ones that can actually say anything, right? Brian's the one down there filming them. Patrick's filming them. I think they're the only ones that can actually set anything straight. I know, baby. He was molded by him. What's good, Penny? Hillbilly. Yeah. There was people in the fucking like chat saying, look at this, I'm not watching. Well, don't watch. I don't care if you watch or not. We don't, and it's also not a takeoff flight. We don't need a departure time or a departure speech. Does anybody know when Durkee gets out? I know Scooter knows. He's in the chat most of the time. He's a funny dude to watch too. I think I'm just passionate about the Whitakers content that I do. I'm very passionate about it. There is no jokes or games when it comes to this with me. There is no trolling. None of that. It's only pure, raw, seeing what the hell is up. A locale is an internet person that the audience finds funny in the wrong way for the wrong things that the person that's behind the camera doesn't understand that he's actually being laughed at for the wrong reasons. He's like an internet person, like, I don't know. It's like a term for like a person that's being laughed at, but not laughed with, but the person thinks that you're laughing with them. Easily trolled. Somebody that does a lot of content that just does stupid things online. Just stupid things. And I mean stupid things. He said, oh, like Mr. Watson. Yeah, I guess. Lack of awareness. That's a big one. They have lack of awareness. Y'all are funny, man. Y'all are funny. I don't have no hate for Mr. Watson. He's trying, guys. He is. I think he is. I think he made a big boo-boo by coming on here and lying to people a little bit about things that he did. Like, he didn't lie about having a cigarette when he doesn't smoke. He lied about being a Navy SEAL and having all these medals, but that's none of my business, man. I'm not a Navy SEAL and I don't have medals, so I don't take offense to it, but I can see where some people would. Most definitely. I know anybody that served fucking combat would. He'll accuse you. Oh no. Y'all are funny. I've watched a little bit of that saga. Yeah, I was going to reach out to Patrick and talk to him, but I think Kody and Lady K did a pretty fine job at what they did. I'm not going to lie. They got the answers I was looking for. And it looks to me like Brian and Patrick are not beefing and are going to make content separate of each other. And you know what? In some people's crazy minds, oh my God, can that really happen? You can really do that? Well, yeah, you could. You probably could. I'm off work tomorrow, y'all. I can't don't take a Percocet. His channel name's different now. I don't know what it's called now. Brian lied about things too. Yeah. But I said the certain things he lied about. I don't know. That's what I said. I don't give Brian a pass. Don't take me for what I'm not. I didn't give Brian a pass. I think he spoke about that while he was on here. Hell, I don't think Brian gave himself a pass. 21 more likes, man. We'll reach our goal. Please hit that damn like button. I fucking love y'all.
Aggressive Defiance TV. Aggressive as fuck. Smash that like button.
Tap it for me. Hey, I think in the future we can get Brian back up here. Crack at him again, you know. Maybe it's on a I know what you're saying, Strawberry. I wasn't trying to be like pointing at you. But like maybe we'll get him back up here again sometime and talk to him again. I don't see maybe it'd be on better terms too. That's a good thing, Runaway. I like that. Yeah, because look at all of these people that do content for Down syndrome. There's a lot of people. Look at all these people that do content with what do they call Alzheimer's and all of that. I mean, are they really acting like they can be on? Are they giving their signatures away to say, "Hey, I can be on camera"? They're kind of using them, aren't they? If anybody's saying the Whitakers are being used, good Lord, look how many Alzheimer patients there are out there that people film daily. I like watching some of them. I'm not going to lie. Oh, you're all good, Betsy. Thank you, Dandelion. I appreciate you guys. I tried to do it right. I tried to ask the right questions. I know that he didn't have a lot of time. I know he didn't have a lot of time, but I wanted you to get a glimpse into who he was more than anything, really. I mean, I learned a little bit about him that I didn't know. Hell, I didn't know he had ran for fucking mayor twice until last night. I'm like, well, what the fuck? What the fuck? Taking care of Granny. Yeah, I took care of my mother for about a year and 5 months. She lasted about 5 months more than she was supposed to. Everybody, I hope you guys have a blessed night, man. I appreciate you guys pulling up and checking it out. Please hit that sub button. Come back and holler at us. We'll be back again tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a day stream. I'm off work tomorrow, so I don't know. I think a lot of people work. I'm off tomorrow. Please give me 10 more likes. Angel Christmas, look at this. Give him to Kitty. Did you see this guy? Look at him. He's going to chill here until you give me 10 likes. Stay. Get over here. Stay here, Kitty. Don't bite me. He won't stay. Ow. Damn, he latched onto me. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's kind of all discombobulated. Thank you, Berlinetta. Thank you to all you crazy motherfuckers in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys. You are the best. Stay blessed. Stay dangerous too. Stay aggressive as fuck. Always ask questions. I'm still going to stay very critical about this. No one is in the clear. We are Aggressive Defiance TV and Aggressive Defiance Reacts. No one is in the clear. Our eyeballs are still on the whole situation. If you know what I mean, guys. We got 4 more to go. Yeah. I think I remember that, hostess. I hope YouTube hurry up and turn back the damn names. I don't like these @ symbols. I don't. I want you guys' names back up here. Your real YouTube name. This is weird. Everybody stay blessed. Have a blessed night. Please give me them likes. I appreciate you guys. Love you.